As I've continued to post in this series, and with my channel brand happening this year, I've donned two identities, the gaming doctor and the demo guy. We are nearing double digits in my demo series. I've covered demos for upcoming games, newly released games, past games, and games I've seen in videos. Now, I'm taking suggestions for the first time to cover demos for particular games. I'll get to that specific game in a second, but we have a smaller indie game to get to first. This may be the demo or the game that I've ever covered with the most bland name that you can imagine. Visually, it looks like it would be as bland as well, having what appears to be basic pixel art, but it is a lot more than what it appears. The tone of the game through the description is that you're in for a funny time. Your house is destroyed by aliens who steal your best friend, cow, Moo Moo, and as the description says, whoa, can't wait, in all caps. This game is called Super Adventure. Like I said, super bland. In the gameplay, it offers a unique but obvious reinvention. It is a fairly easy 2D action platformer. At the start of the game, you just jump around and avoid the attacking aliens, but you are gifted a shield quite early on. It is an always active defense mechanism, which sounds overpowered on paper, until I say that you must turn around to block. It makes for really cool avoidance of enemy attacks. It is incredibly rare to see instances in a game where you can't jump to dodge damage but turn your back. And this isn't the entire crux of Super Adventure. You're given weapons down the line, both a sword and alien tech blaster, as you would expect, with aliens being the main villains. That then mixes with the shielding makes for a fun turn on gameplay. Pun not intended. That isn't the only thing that is fun about it. The dialogue is funny, the sprite work is funny, and it isn't an easy game either. A humorous game that offers a challenge is quite unique and one to keep your eye on. I personally have never played a Dragon Quest game, ever. But when Naruto Boy posted that Square Enix was doing a reimagining of Dragon Quest VII in the Gaming in the Wild Discord, then I was willing to give it a shot. What got my attention first was the visuals. When you first see the world map, where the party moves around, it looks like miniature trees. Really fun to have an upgrade from what the PlayStation graphics look like. One cool thing I liked is the sound direction. It is a mix of modern tunes that they've redone with sounds from the retro days, like climbing upstairs, opening doors, and winning in battles. It is a regular reminder that it is indeed a reimagining of a game that came out in 2000, and not the new kid on the block. Speaking of that, let's talk about combat. It doesn't reinvent combat, or really reimagine it. It is turn-based to the fullest. No reaction-based blocking for less damage, no QTEs for critical hits. It's pretty basic. The early puzzles are fairly basic too in the overworld, moving statues around and all that. For similar reasons I will get to shortly, it is one that would be good for a first-time RPG player. The other basic part is the story, or at least from what the demo shows. It tells of an unnamed main character who is best friends with the Prince of the Kingdom. They are both friends with the daughter of a mayor on the island, Maribel. They are looking to travel off the island. The main character's father works on a boat, so his son and Prince Kiefer are building a ship in secret. The king tells you it's best that the prince does not go off an adventure, since he is the heir to the throne. Kiefer then shows you a sealed door that no one on the island can open, or has ever been able to, or figured it out. The two boys journey about the island to find the stone slabs that will open the door. Maribel demands to join the boys. When they go into the sealed door, it teleports them to a dimension with monsters. Here is where I am a bit critical. The basis of the stories lies with these kids being lost and way in over their heads. Now, it is only about an hour into the story, so it is hard to tell where it can go from here, as some sources say that there's well over hundreds of hours of gameplay. But I don't feel like the story is the most original. I feel like there are other RPGs that offer similar narratives, just none that I can personally think of. The big thing that got to me was Maribel drove me insane. She whined about every single thing, including things that were her fault. She blames the boys for her being stuck in the monster world, but it is her fault she is with them in the first place. She forced it on them. Now the story may redeem her in the end, but I don't know if I personally am willing to dedicate that amount of time to get the payoff. Now this summation is off just an hour-long demo. The basic combat may morph to be more difficult and have more strategy behind it. To me, I just want a little bit more than what the turn-based attack and take damage system is. The remake is quite good visually. Just a game that I won't personally be willing to buy at full price, but definitely worth a look if you're a Dragon Quest fan.
Well, I suppose we should get going too. We can't hang around here all day. Come on!
I latched onto a demo for Carnedge for a couple reasons. For starters, I've been all about my idle games. Queue Up made my top 20 of last year, and a few games will be talked about in my honorable mentions for 2025. The other thing is that I plan to cover Moon RPG in the Q4 Gaming Journal. The problem was the game didn't super land with me. Instead of being an RPG, it is more of an adventure game where you are looking to solve the puzzles surrounding the deaths of video game enemies. The game just didn't land. I recognized it as revolutionary when it released in 1997, but as a game today, it's a little slow for me to keep coming back to. Carnedge had similar visuals to Moon RPG. When Jake Figtree covered the game, he said that it being an auto-battler is hidden in the Steam description, and that makes Carnedge so much fun. I really hope that the developer makes that a part of their 2-sentence description, but that's besides the point. You build the character you want from the beginning, but the battles happen automatically, like you expect from auto-battlers. But what makes it different from the Bazaar, which I covered in my last Demos with drstclair video, is that you aren't building a static deck that you play every time. After a set amount of time, a timer ends, which allows you to add an ability from the ones you had chosen beforehand. There can be multiples of one abilities, so they can stack, and when certain enemies are about to cast a strong attack, you can target that particular enemy to kill or stun them. It's also fun that levels act in the same order you face them. There isn't anything random about them, no random encounters or anything like that. And with each level, your build must dramatically change. Plus, when you level up, you don't just get a standard increase in set stats. Your extra bonus is randomized through a slot machine where you choose the final result out of a set of 3. The battles have an active feeling instead of just happening. This, along with the visuals, has me really looking forward to its full release.